So I'm in Forest City, North Carolina today to do 27 miles on the Thermal Belt Rail Trail. That is going to be a blast. But first, before hitting the trail, I had to stop at Davis Donuts. The locals swear by this place. They are famous for their orange twist donut, and so I think I'm going to try one just before hitting the Thermal Belt Rail Trail. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at this. Unbelievable. Let's try it. Oh man. That is so good. It makes you want to slap your grandma. We have a saying in the South. So good it makes you want to slap your granny. Now, I don't know, who was the first person to come up with that saying? Who was the first person to connect the ideas that, wow, this food tastes so good that it makes me want to punch my grandmother? Anyway, Davis Donut House, highly recommend, highly recommend. This is Forest City, North Carolina, the town formerly known as Burnt Chimney. No, I'm not kidding. There has to be a story that goes along with that. There has to be, wouldn't you think? In fact, the Kiwanis Club donated this chimney to Forest City. It sits near the downtown area, and I mean, why would they do that? I guess it's just a reminder that, hey, we don't ever want you to forget that your town used to be called Burnt Chimney. Forest City today has a population of 7,377, which makes it the largest city in Rutherford County. Hey, get this, in the year 2010, Forest City was selected as the location for a new $450 million data center for Facebook. Have you ever wondered how Facebook seems to know what you're thinking? How they know what you're going to be thinking before you think it? How they know what you're going to shop for before you shop for it? How do they do that? Maybe you should check with the fine folks of Forest City. They might have some insight for you. This mural on North Powell Street features a scavenger hunt. How fun is that? Clive Haynes created this stunning mural with over 70 unique items hidden within it. Spoiler alert, the king of rock and roll is in there driving a car somewhere. But enough about Forest City, we've got a trail to ride, the Thermal Belt Rail Trail. Let's go. Now, the first 2/3 of this trail basically goes through small towns. You see people's homes. You see the backs of restaurants and convenience stores, churches, drugstores, grocery stores, all the stuff that you would typically see in small town America. The final 1/3 of the trail is much more rural. It is woodsy, foresty, if that's a word. And we will get to that in just a little bit. But first I want to touch on these communities that we've just seen a little bit of. Spindale sits on 5.5 square miles and has a population of 4,321. Spindale originated as a mill town. Its first textile mill, Spencer Mill, came about in 1916, and its last, Stonecutter Mill, closed its doors in 1999. The town of Spindale was incorporated in 1923, and their motto is small town friendly. What about Rutherfordton? Population 4,213. We've been to Rutherfordton before. I will link to our review of the Purple Martin Greenway down below in the description. But Rutherfordton was home to one Christopher Bechtler, the man who minted America's first $1 gold coin. And as a result, Rutherfordton's town motto is a minted original. You can explore the original location of the Bechtler Mint right here on the Thermal Belt Rail Trail, where you will learn that during the mid-1800s, Bechtler minted more than $2 million in gold coins. The little town of Ruth, North Carolina was established in 1893. It sits on 0.4 square miles. That is less than a half square mile. And it has a population of 440 upstanding Americans. I don't want to say that Ruth is a small town, but let's just put it this way. A night on the town takes about 11 minutes. The local phone book only has one yellow page. Hey, what's a phone book? So why do they call it the Thermal Belt Rail Trail? It's an unusual name. I will answer that question, but first let's get back on the trail.
Lead me through the deep valleys, through the coldest of nights. Make the way clear and straight to the dawn's early light. Lead me to the still waters, flowing by fields of peace, where the shadows hold no dangers and my fears, my troubles cease. It's a narrow road, but I'm bound to go. I want to see your face once more. It's a long way home, but I've got to go. I want to see your face, my Lord. Let my heart sing in the morning of your faithfulness and love, to sing your praise all my days, and all my soul is not time enough. It's a narrow road, but I'm bound to go. I want to see your face once more. It's a long way home, but I've got to go. I want to see your face, my Lord. It's a narrow road, but I'm bound to go. I want to see your face once more. It's a long way home, but I've got to go. I want to see your face, my Lord. Ooh.
And just like that, the trail ends at Gilkey Township, which the internet assures me has a population of 2,540 people. Now, I don't know where these people are. I looked all over the place. I couldn't find them. I mean, I don't want to say Gilkey is a small town, but the mayor had to... I don't want to say Gilkey is a small town, but the mayor had to annex property just... I don't want to say Gilkey is a small town, but the mayor had to annex property just to eat a foot-long hot dog. Gilkey is so far out in the sticks they have to import their sticks. No, you know what, come to think of it, actually the Gilkey Lumber Company is the biggest thing in town. So as it turns out, they make their own sticks. So what is meant by the term thermal belt? Well, you know, I mean, I would tell you, I would give you the detailed, long, drawn-out explanation that I found on the internet, but ain't nobody got time for that. So, basically it boils down to this. Gardens located in a thermal belt will normally have a longer growing season between frosts than those not located in a thermal belt. Rutherford County is in a thermal belt. So there you go. Now you can astound and amaze your friends with that bit of trivia. So what do we think about this trail? Oh, we like it. We like it a lot. We like the length, 13.5 miles long, providing for an out and back ride of 27 miles. The 12-foot wide pavement is nice. The asphalt is in great shape, no tree roots popping through anywhere. And it's really cool that it connects 5 communities and has 7 dedicated parking areas. If you're thinking about visiting this trail, there are a couple of concerns. One is that for most of the trail, there is a very narrow shoulder that sometimes slopes off quite extensively with no guardrail there. If you're an inexperienced cyclist and you sort of let your mind wander a little bit or get distracted by a bird or a squirrel, you could end up having a pretty spectacular crash. So you might want to be careful. Another thing is the road crossings. There are 35, by my count, 35 times that this trail comes into contact with a road. Now, you're supposed to stop. There are stop signs. Do we stop? No, we do not. I mean, if you had to stop at all 35 roads, it would take you 2 days to ride this thing. But the good thing is the trail is well known. It's been in the area for a good while now, and so motorists are definitely aware, and they will usually be very friendly and give you the right of way. But just be aware of that and be cautious as you approach intersections. One thing I really like about this trail is the signage and the branding. A lot of times I'll be on a trail, and even if they do happen to have a sign with a map, you'll stop and stare at the map for a while, and you're like, I don't know what the heck this map is telling me. Where am I? Can anybody just tell me where I am? Anybody at all? Not so at the Thermal Belt Rail Trail. They have great maps. You're constantly aware of exactly where you are on the trail. Nice logo and branding. It all works together quite well. This trail has a couple of cool bridges. They are especially cool when the sun goes down. I'll give you a little sneak peek of what I'm talking about and what that looks like at the very end of this video, so stick around for that. 4 stars for the Thermal Belt Rail Trail in Forest City, Rutherford, Spindale, Ruth, and Gilkey, North Carolina. I would have to say that the Mi Pueblito is very magnifico.